They made me lose weight to not ruin the photos. Now I won't be in any of them. When my cousin Abby got engaged, I was genuinely happy for her. We grew up like sisters, sleepovers every weekend, sharing clothes, crying over dumb boys in high school. So when she asked me to be one of her bridesmaids, I said yes without hesitation. What I didn't expect: a diet plan with my name on it. It started subtle. A group email from the maid of honor, Abby's younger sister, titled Bridal Glow Up Time. Inside was a PDF with suggested workouts, smoothie recipes, and a friendly challenge to lose just a little before the big day. I rolled my eyes and ignored it. I wasn't skinny, but I was fine with my body. I've always been plus size. Always the curvy one in photos, always the one making sure the angle was just right so I didn't look like a marshmallow standing next to a group of Instagram filters. But I didn't think this would happen. A few weeks later, we went bridesmaid dress shopping. Everyone got assigned a dress based on the style Abby picked. When I tried mine on, the boutique lady politely pulled me aside and said, "Actually, we had a backup option for you, just to be safe." The backup was in a completely different fabric and cut. It screamed, "Let's hide the fat girl." I brought it up to Abby that night over drinks. Tried to laugh it off. "Hey, what's with the alternative dress?" She hesitated, sipped her wine, and said, "I just want the photos to be perfect. And you'd feel more comfortable in something flattering, right?" I felt my stomach drop. But it got worse. 2 months before the wedding, her sister invited all the bridesmaids to a wellness weekend at a spa. Yoga, clean eating, group meditation. I showed up with my usual laid-back attitude, leggings, hoodie, snacks for the car ride. Within an hour, I knew it wasn't about wellness. It was about weight loss. They weighed us. Took before photos. Talked about shaping up for the big day. When I didn't participate, Abby's sister pulled me aside and said, "You don't want to ruin the group photos, do you?" I laughed, thought she was joking. She wasn't. She went on. "Abby said she's worried the visual balance of the bridal party will be off. She's counting on us all to look cohesive." Cohesive. Like I was a sofa cushion throwing off the living room aesthetic. I went home that night and sobbed in my car. Not just because of what they said, but because it came from people I loved. People who were supposed to love me. Over the next few weeks, the group chat turned toxic. Diet tips. Weigh-ins. Daily updates on gym progress. And when I didn't participate, they stopped tagging me. Stopped including me. Until one day, I got a message from Abby herself. "Hey, babe. So I've been thinking. Maybe you'd feel more comfortable just attending as a guest? I don't want this to be stressful for you." Translation? "You're too fat for my wedding party." I stared at Abby's message for a long time. Maybe you'd feel more comfortable just attending as a guest. It was a soft little gut punch wrapped in faux compassion, like she was doing me a favor by kicking me out of the bridal party. But the real message was clear. "You don't fit the aesthetic." I didn't reply right away. I wanted to. I wanted to light her up. I wanted to send a rage-fueled novella that she could frame and hang next to her engagement photos. But I didn't. I gave it a day. And then I said the most civil, polite, and devastating thing I could think of. "Thanks for your honesty. I won't be attending at all." Her reply came in fast. "Wait, what? That's not what I meant. You're still family. You have to come." No, I didn't. And I didn't know her the performance of pretending everything was fine either. The following weeks were surreal. My inbox lit up with just checking in texts from mutual cousins, bridesmaids, even her mom, none of whom said a damn thing when I was being pushed out. Now they wanted to play peacekeeper, beg me to show up for Abby, for the family, and my personal favorite, so the day isn't awkward. But it already was awkward. They made it that way when they weighed me like produce and gave me a dress meant to hide me like a stain on the carpet. So I stayed quiet. Let them spin their little stories about me being sensitive or dramatic. I didn't defend myself. I didn't correct the narrative. I just waited. Because weddings end. But photos last forever. The day of the wedding, I went hiking. Yep. I woke up early, packed a backpack, and drove 3 hours to a national park with no cell service and a whole lot of trees that didn't care about my body type. While they were posing in color-coordinated misery, I was at the top of a ridge, drinking hot coffee from a thermos and snapping selfies with a real smile on my face. Later that night, when I finally got back to service, I saw the flood of photos hit social media. The whole bridal party lined up, stiff and filtered, the usual captions, "Best day ever. My forever girls. Couldn't have done it without them." And there, in every single photo, was the hole where I was supposed to be. No me. No smile. Just a lineup of matching bodies and one missing piece. But the real kicker? A few hours later, my DM lit up. From someone I didn't expect. One of the photographers. She messaged me privately and said, "Hey, I don't know you personally, but I just wanted to say I've done a lot of weddings, and it's rare that someone gets uninvited from a bridal party over their body. I overheard some things. Just wanted you to know you didn't miss anything. You dodged it." I stared at that message for a long time. Because for once, someone had seen it. Someone outside the family, outside the fake smiles, had seen the ugly truth for what it was. So no, I'm not in the photos. And no, I don't regret it. Because every time Abby looks at those pictures, she'll see the gap. The person she cut out in pursuit of perfection. And maybe one day, she'll understand that real beauty isn't found in filters, waistlines, or matching dresses. It's found in how you treat the people who love you, especially when they don't fit the aesthetic. 3 months after the wedding, I got a message from Abby. No preamble. No "hey, how are you?" Just, "Can we talk?" I stared at it for a while. My first instinct was to ignore her. Let her sit in the perfectly curated silence she'd created by cutting me out of her big day. But curiosity got the better of me. I typed out a simple, "What for?" She replied in seconds. "I just wanted to apologize. I know what I said, what we said, about the photos, it was messed up. I didn't realize how bad it sounded until I saw the pictures and you weren't in them. It didn't feel right." Oh, now it didn't feel right? I let her sit on scene for 2 hours before I responded. "You didn't realize how bad it was until the photos were taken, but not when you told me to step down so I wouldn't ruin them?" She said she got caught up in the pressure, that her sister was the one pushing the whole aesthetic thing, that she wasn't thinking clearly. All the classic lines people use when they're not sorry for what they did, just sorry they got called out. Then came the real reason she reached out. "We're doing a second photo shoot this spring. Just a few of us who couldn't make it or weren't in the group shots. It would mean a lot if you were in them. To fix it. Fix it." Like I was a scratch on her wedding album that needed a digital patch. I took a deep breath and thought about what I really wanted to say. Then I typed, "No. Simple. Direct. Unapologetic." She asked why. So I told her. "Because I'm not a prop. I'm not a backdrop for your guilt. You didn't want me in the moment when it actually mattered. You wanted me invisible so your aesthetic wouldn't be thrown off. That wasn't pressure. That was a choice. And I'm choosing not to help you rewrite the past to make yourself feel better." She didn't respond. Just seen. And honestly, that silence felt better than any apology she could have faked. Later that night, I got a message from her mom, my aunt. "I heard about your conversation with Abby. I just wanted to say I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself. And I'm sorry we didn't." She offered to take me to lunch sometime. Just the two of us. I said yes. Because not everyone in that family doubled down on cruelty. Some people realized too late, but they did realize. And that's where I draw the line. I don't need perfect people. I just need real ones. People who see me as I am. No filters. No dress codes. No conditions.